Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another Cave Diver React. My name is Gus.
I'm Woody.
And this is L.
L kind of showing up right there at the bottom. Today I have kind of a gnarly video. You haven't seen this one, Woody. This one is gnarly, but this one, actually an interesting story behind this one. You know, we get, at this point, dozens of recommendations every day. And that one, you make sure you turn that one on. It's off right now. But we get dozens of recommendations every day, and this one came through and caught my attention. Typically is something like, you know, you guys should react to this one. And there's a lot of repetitive, you know, recommendations, a lot of repetitive suggestions. But this one caught my eye because it said, I recorded this one and I regret it. So I was like, okay, you got my attention. So here's what happened. Somebody was at Vortex, which we've been to. We've been to it recently even, to Vortex Springs here in Florida. Not here in Florida, we're in Georgia, but here in the U.S. At Vortex. And if you ever go to Vortex, one of the things about Vortex is that Vortex has a cave system. But Vortex, for some reason, you know, to get to the cave system, they have installed a gate that you have to get a key to get into the cave system. You have to be certified to get into. But the gate inside of Vortex is actually pretty far away. And what I've done is I actually pulled the map of Vortex Springs. This is not, you know, the best map, but I pulled the map because I wanted to show everybody kind of where we're at, and just to illustrate where we're at. You know, at Vortex, there's this thing called, I don't know, they call it talk box, but it's like an air bell in there. This is about 25 feet deep. I'm sure you've seen it. We've passed by it in DPVs like a million times. And then a little bit lower, you go through like an opening on the ground, and it goes into like a cavern. We've been on the cavern as well. And then that cavern goes into the cave. And right by the cave, you get the sign, the Green Reaper sign that we're used to, that says this is a cave, don't go any further or whatever. But that's not what the gate is at. The gate is at 300 feet, so almost 100 meters into the cave. So this is actually like a tunnel, and we've been on that tunnel, but we didn't go too far because we weren't cave diving. We were just playing around. So I think we went into like that tunnel, and we were like, is it really a cave? And they don't have a gate, like a blockage in there or anything. We just went into it like, I don't know, like 25 meters, like 75 feet or something. And then we turned around and got out. But that tunnel is kind of like at an angle. The longer you go, the deeper it gets. So this starts at like, I would say 55 feet or 60 feet, 20 meters or so. And then you go into this tunnel for like 100 meters, and you get to this place called the piano room, about, you know, once again, about 250 feet or so, almost, you know, I would say 75 meters away from the entrance to the cave. And then a little bit away from that is the actual gate that is locked, and that opens up the cave. All right. So the person who reached out to me said, I was at Vortex Spring, and this freediver comes to me and says, I want to freedive all the way to the piano room. Would you record me and be there in case I need help? So the guy says, well, what are you talking about? Like, the piano room is super far away. It's deep. Once you get there, you're about 30 meters or 100 feet at depth. And you're, once again, 300 feet back there. Like, it's far, 75 meters to 100 meters back there from the entrance. What are you talking about? And the guy's like, oh, don't worry. I'll be stopping about at those air bubbles in the roof along the way. So this guy said, well, if you're going to do this, I should probably be there to help you because you're going to die. So he recorded the video and he sent it to me. And that's what we're reacting to today.
I haven't said anything yet because that is, first of all, an excellent explanation of Vortex. Like, phenomenal. Yeah. Well done. And I think that's going to help set this up a lot. I have not seen this yet. The freediver is diving into a cave.
Right.
Which has zero light. That's the definition of a cave.
Correct.
And so he definitely doesn't have all of the required cave equipment, like 3 lights, any kind of air source on him, or anything like that. I mean, he's free diving. He's breath holding. That's what you're telling me?
This guy is breathing out of recycled air trapped into holes in the ceiling. We're not talking about super smart people here. Right? This guy's not prepared for this.
All right, I'm going to wait for my reaction, but there's so much that can go wrong. I don't even know where to begin, because one of the things that I'm just visualizing in my head is that he freaks out and he does need air. And then he takes a hit of compressed air off this guy who's recording him. And then he continues to free dive up, like takes a breath off the reg and then goes up. What happens to him?
Yep.
When you breath hold.
Overexpansion, lung injury.
That's just one of many things I'm thinking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it, man. Wow.
So, this video has no audio, and, well, it actually has audio. It's like this hideous song, and we're going to get flack for it, so I took the audio off.
Okay.
So,
but by the way, the guy that sent it to you is very admirable.
Yeah.
I was thinking this while you were talking as well. Like, you said he felt bad about doing it, and he wants us to react to it.
Yeah.
I just understand that.
That was
very
pretty
admirable.
awesome. I would have never found this video if it wasn't for this guy. He's like, I recorded this last year. I've always felt bad about this. Why did I enable this guy to do this? He could have died. You know,
Okay.
just please react to it
Thank
and create awareness. So this is the diver who sent us the video. He has, I guess he's diving side mount, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the entrance to the cave. And that's a Green Reaper sign. And here's our, oh boy, our free diver. That's it. That's all his gear.
Oh, man.
So this guy is actually helping him. He's like, look, there's another pocket right here. Look.
Oh, man. I have to stop it here. It's a question, and I don't know, and we've talked about this before. Some of you out there may know the answer, so feel free to comment. Are those air pockets clean air in general? Can you necessarily rely on that air, that's clean air, that's 21% oxygen?
That's for sure. I don't think that's 21% oxygen, right? So what I think that's just the air that is accumulating from people
Bubbles.
breathing out, just bubbles, yeah.
So
that's 0.16.
Okay.
Right.
So that's a potential problem in itself, right?
Now, what I think is it's a little bit higher than 0.16 because you're at depth. So I guess the concentration of oxygen is a little bit higher, so he has that going for him. But that's and this has come up in a couple of videos, right? Which is when we breathe air in, it's a 0.21. The concentration of oxygen is 21% in the air, but we don't use all of it. We breathe out 16%. We only use about 5%, 4 to 5% oxygen, and we breathe it out. And 16% actually can sustain human life. That's why mouth-to-mouth works. You can breathe out into somebody's, lungs, and they can still wake up, right? That's why there's enough oxygen when you breathe out that can sustain life. But that air in the ceiling is just people breathing out air.
And the second thought, and I'm not definitive on this, that air is at depth.
Yes.
So it is compressed from the ambient pressure.
Yes.
Now, the free diver's lungs did compress as he went down, but is it compressed relative to that compressed air at that depth? Maybe.
No, because he's breathing in and the lungs will expand.
So he's breathing in, the lungs will expand, so then that compressed air could also
expand.
cause an overexpansion injury when he goes up.
That's right.
So we got two potential problems right there.
That's right.
Okay, I just wanted to set that up.
Yep.
All right.
So go ahead and keep playing when you're ready. So there he is, going into air bubbles, air pockets. I mean, he's just hopping from air pocket to air pocket to air pocket inside this cave. This is bananas. I just wonder what the people from Vortex thinks about this.
Oh, they don't like it. I guarantee it.
Yep, so this is the piano room. A Vortex about 300 feet from the entrance. There's the final sign, stop. Don't go any further unless you're cave trained. And this guy basically makes it all the way there, breathing from air pocket to air pocket, just for a photo up with the sign.
Wow.
That's pretty extreme, man.
I just don't want anybody to do this that's watching this. So please understand that from Gus's and my perspective, this is an absolute 100% no. That's why it's for cave divers. That's why there's a sign there. So you free divers out there, don't do this. I don't know the outcome yet. I haven't watched this whole video. If he did get out and he was fine, he got lucky.
And my biggest thing with this is that you can see he's holding a selfie stick with a GoPro. You know, he seems to be creating this for content. This guy probably has a channel on YouTube somewhere. I don't know who he is. If somebody watching this video knows who he is and knows what the original video is, please let me know. But my thing is that why are people putting their life at risk for content? Like, who's watching this? Like, kids? I don't know. Like, yesterday somebody shared a link to a guy who finds his whirlpools, like, out in, like, the lakes or whatever, and then he jumps into them just to record content, and he died doing that. Like, he's wearing, like, a horse mask, getting swallowed by these whirlpools and filming himself with a selfie stick, like, just doing all this content for YouTube, and he drowned. And his family is like, oh, he drowned doing what he loved, so please don't feel bad for him. And I'm like, that was so unnecessary. Like, I couldn't imagine one of my sons, I have two sons, one of them just jumping on a lake in a whirlpool with a horse mask just to record a video so some kids somewhere else click the like. But, like, it's just so unnecessary.
I wonder, Gus, take yourself back before we were cave trained.
Yeah.
This is what I was thinking while watching this freediver. Before we were cave trained, and I'll speak for myself, I don't really think I understood the risks, all of the risk associated with caves. I wonder if a young Woody probably would have done that. I probably would have been foolish enough with the adventurous young spirit I had as a freediver to do it out of ignorance.
Wow.
Not thinking that there was a risk, not understanding the risks, especially if a freediver is not a scuba diver. So now you have two levels of not ignorant, just non-knowledge. He doesn't potentially know the risks of breathing compressed air in those air pockets.
Or the fact that it's oxygen deficient air.
He doesn't know it's oxygen deficient, and he doesn't know that the cave presents an issue, that I could get lost. My one light could break. Something could happen to the diver I'm with where he has a problem and has to get out. He doesn't understand those risks. Now, put yourself in that person's mindset, and it's not that they're thinking that they're taking tremendous risk. This is just a different perspective. Almost defending this freediver. But the cave diver that assists with it, they know.
The guy who sent us the video.
They know. They know the risks. So it's our job as cave divers to educate.
Right.
And we'll get comments at times that says, I know, guys, you're saying the 5 rules again. You're saying don't do it again. I don't think we could say it enough because people don't know what they don't know.
Right.
It's cool. I want to go back in an underwater cave. Seems reasonable to me. There's air pockets. I can breathe. I'm a breath holder. I'll take a breath, and that gives me that much more time to get back out. And I'm with you. Nothing's going to happen to you. So I'll be fine. You see what I'm saying?
I just think
that's
like
a different perspective.
Imagine if this guy was doing this alone with that one light, and he's in this air pocket like 300 feet in, and the light breaks. The battery damages, runs out, whatever. I mean, this guy is so stuck. He has to stay there, hoping that air pocket lasts for a little bit, hoping that some diver comes in so he can flag them and get some help. And that diver that comes in and finds this guy out there in the ceiling with no tank, he's going to die of a heart attack. I mean, but I get what you're saying, because we do a lot of crazy stuff when we're young. I don't think I was ever crazy enough to go free diving into a cave. I don't think I was ever at that point. And I feel super comfortable in the water. I mean, I play water polo. Like the water for me is like second nature. Like I'm not afraid I'll jump in the middle of the ocean. I'm not concerned. But this is pretty gnarly, even by my own standards. Young Gus standards.
And I don't know. I can't say that young Woody wouldn't have ventured into a cave to some extent with if I had no knowledge of diving or cave diving.
Yeah.
And that's really risky. That's all I'm saying, because the lack of knowledge is what's risky. So I like that our channel is helping make that awareness. And our purpose is for people to, in fact, want to scuba dive.
Yeah.
We don't want to scare people away from cave diving or scuba diving. We just want you to do it with knowledge. I always say, man, do I need more practice cave diving? So even as a cave diver, it's like I've learned to respect just how difficult this is. And that's the purpose of our channel. So
for sure,
do it, everybody. Go diving. Go get cave certified. You'll love it.
It's awesome.
But don't do it without any knowledge whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
See what happens to this guy. All right. GoPro filming. What's up? Heading back, I guess. Goal line. They make it to the goal line.
I can't imagine being back there breath holding.
I mean, look how small some of these air pockets are.
Wow.
Cavern on site. Daylight. That's his body, I guess. Dude, where were you? Yep.
Don't you feel relieved that you see the light for him while watching this?
Yep. So he made it to the air bell.
Pocket.
And that's it. That's the end of the video.
Wow. I think we've said it all. Like, I felt a sense of relief. Like, where's the friggin' light? And I'm not even doing this, because that was a crazy risk. So thank you for sending that to us. I respect that whoever it was who's a cave diver regrets it. And thank you for letting us react to it. I certainly would have never seen this, Gus, if he hadn't sent it to you. But hopefully our reaction speaks about how crazy it was and risky it was for this free diver to do that. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he got out.
The piano room at Vortex is pretty cool. You can get there without a whole lot of risk. Just get certified. Learn how to do it and do it right. I think that's my reaction to it.
This caffeine is kicking in now, so I could have another 15 minutes of dialogue that's starting to come to my brain. I'm not. But it is feeling good.
All right, let's not. Thank you so much, guys, for liking and subscribing to our video. We will see you on the next one. I promise you, if you thought this was gnarly, The next one is going to blow your socks off. It's going to be awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.